And we are back for part two of Unnecessary Roughness. Sorry for the abrupt ending. One of my co hosts does not know how to leave a studio without ending the show. We're going to have a class when he gets up here tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to have to teach him how to use StreamYard at
Can
the
you
end of the day.
explain
But
that to
we,
your audience, though, and how just in case they use StreamYard? Because this might be a learning moment.
well, if you're on your phone like he was, all you have to do is back out with your back out with your back out go back arrow on the phone.
Okay.
The funny thing is using StreamYard, when you click end stream, it then asks you, are you sure you want to end stream? So it's a two-part question to actually end the stream. So I'm gonna have to teach him how to do that so he stops ending the stream. I think this is the second time in a week that he's ended the stream on us at the end of the day. So, but nonetheless, welcome back to Unnecessary Roughness. We're gonna do a part two, a little OT, if you will,
Ooh, false start,
part of the
false start.
Nonsensical Network. Go ahead and check us out at bio.link/nonsensical network. We've got Derek Wayne in the building, musician, artist, songwriter, former guest of Glick's House of Music. He's going to be joining us this football season.
Soon to be
Making picks.
football player.
Yeah, soon to be
Yes.
football player.
Yes.
He'll be signing with the Tennessee Titans before long.
Make some room.
But,
He's got some boom.
he's gonna be my co-host this season during football as we do this every Sunday. And then we've got the extremely very talented all over social media. Michael Bathurst is hanging out with us today, which he might become a regular as well. He's
Oh,
always
yeah. If
welcome.
it's football, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's always welcomed in the building. Let me put this link up. As I said, it is Sunday. We do like to do the open forum. Anybody who wants to pop in, feel free to click that link as long as you're willing to talk some football. So we were right in the middle of making picks. We were on the Washington New York game before we were so rudely interrupted. I'm going to give Cameron so much crap because I can. What's your thoughts on that game there, Derek?
Well, what'd you say? What game?
Washington and the Giants.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a terrible game. Um, I don't even know what to say about that game. Can I pick nobody? Maybe, maybe,
No. No, we can't do that.
maybe it ends in a tie. It ends in a
Yeah,
tie. Everybody goes home.
yeah.
Uh, oh my God, man. I, you know, let's go with the Commanders as they call them now. I can't even tell you why. I'm just gonna go Commanders.
It's like picking between two pieces of shit. Like which one? Right now, and like Mike and I said, we both think Washington is moving in the right step. They're taking what they need to do to be a better
Right.
team. New York, it just every season they take
I,
3 steps backwards in the
I
wrong
think that's what
direction.
gives me the feeling. I think that's what gives me the feeling to go for them, is they at least seem like they're headed in the right direction, and the Giants just seem like they're falling apart.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Mike? Oh,
Number one, um, we haven't even had a sample size yet of the teams, right? So we can't have great judgment on anything where we're basing it on past information. I like Jaden Daniels. I think I said that correctly. Jaden Daniels to me looked like the most explosive quarterback I've seen in a very, very long time. And he got out of harm's way the same way that Lamar Jackson does with such ease.
mhm.
He is very wise. He knows how tiny he is and knows that he could end up being a bag of bones if he's not careful.
100%.
So I noticed he was sliding with his feet, not his head,
Yeah.
like Tua. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders, and I think they'll do very well. I think it could be. There's a magic number floating around today. I think there's going to be a difference of 9, which
Right.
happens to be a Masonic number. And a very wise man in the room who I believe likes Jacksonville something Jaggy wire something. Yeah.
Real quick score update because there are games going on right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
New Orleans is up on Dallas 14-3.
Who knew?
Tampa Bay is up 6-3 on Detroit. Green Bay is up 10-0 on Indianapolis.
Whoa.
Derek's Titans.
And what did we just say?
Up,
what did we just say? We said don't underestimate a young team.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Derek's Titans are up 7-0. The Vikings are up 3-0 on San Francisco. Seattle and New England is tied at 7. The Giants, and we were just talking about them, they're up 6-3 on Washington. The Chargers are up 6-0 on Carolina. And my Browns, the dog pound, is up 7-0 on the Jaguars. This will lead us into our next picks. Vegas and Baltimore. Baltimore is currently up by 3. What's your thoughts on that one, Derek?
Yeah, I definitely gotta go Baltimore. And just Lamar Jackson, the team, Isaiah Likely. I'm going Baltimore. I don't think Vegas got anything for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know what's going on in Vegas. I don't know. I know Minshew Mania is running wild down there. Devontae Adams is not happy that he's a Raider. He's made it very clear that he wants to be out of there. Jacoby Myers seems to be content and happy being on any NFL team at this point in time. But I just don't know what the Raiders are doing. I'm gonna go Ravens as well. They seem to be one of the more complete teams in not only the AFC but in the NFL. Period. With Lamar Jackson, as much as it pains me to say this, they are a bitter rival of the Browns. I am glad Lamar finally got his payday and got money. And again, I hate the fact that we have to play him twice a year. But I'm going with the Ravens. What you thinking, Mike?
Lamar Jackson, if he can stay healthy this year, then we'll be okay. But he cannot be doing what he did the first game. He will be a mess. It reminds me a lot of the Josh Allen thing where they become Superman. And you can't do Superman forever. You can't jump over people and land on your hand and then go, "Hey, I broke some bones in my hand." It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to catch the ball. Why is that? And I can't hand off anymore. And so if Zay Flowers can be effective this year, then they're going to be okay. They have now. Is Mark Andrews back?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Mark Andrews. Yeah, Mark Andrews is back. I think he was playing last week, but Isaiah Likely, he's a young kid. He's got the phenomenal hot hands at the moment, and he looked great. No shade towards Mark Andrews. I love the guy. He's one of those fantasy must-haves in fantasy football. But Isaiah Likely runs routes like a receiver. He's not your traditional tight end. The quick cuts, short routes. Mark Andrews runs those short routes, but he's able to make big things happen. But Likely, he runs like a receiver, and he runs routes like a receiver, and he is scary good. And I'm not usually an overreaction guy when it comes to fantasy football, but I grabbed him up just like I grabbed up Mason for the Niners and just put him on my bench. More of a monopoly move at the end of the day, because if I have them on my bench and they start playing good, I can put them in. Or if I have a tight end who's playing better and somebody else wants them, then I can play the trade game and be like, hey, I want this for this, So, but likely looks good, man. It was an impressive week 1 for him, even though they lost. I thought it was a silly call. I mean, he was barely on the line. It should have been the tying touchdown, but the rules are the rules at the end of the day. Cost him another touchdown, but he had an impressive game last week, so I ain't mad at it.
And I was going to say, man, Lamar Jackson, I think he's been playing smarter. I think he was just a little more emotional in that game because he really wanted to beat Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say the last season and going last year and then going into this year, Lamar definitely does seem to be playing a lot smarter. He was always been a wild card and a loose cannon, but I think he has been. Last season when I watched him play, I was like, hey, this is a different Lamar Jackson than we're used to seeing. So I can agree with that. He's definitely playing much smarter.
He had
football.
a better team last year, though. They lost a lot of key pieces.
That's true.
Defensively, and they would go into any situation and they could basically bully almost anyone for a while there. They were
what's up, brother?
Terrifying. They were terrifying for a while. So
blue.
I'm not as I thought they were better lined up last year to win than they ever were. I was shocked when they didn't win and go all the way. I was convinced for like 2 weeks they had it and that the Chiefs were on the ropes. So once again, I think the Chiefs look great this year in comparison. At this time of the year, oh my God. So that's another story.
The Chiefs
keep
are the
moving
Chiefs.
on. We'll be on here for 9 hours if we don't.
Los Angeles Rams versus the Cards coming up today. Who you got, Michael?
Cardinals are a good team. They really are. They're explosive. They almost did okay last week. Like, don't underestimate. And I love the Rams. Don't get me wrong. I love the Rams, but they're really beat up. They're like
roster.
You know what? I think there's a good chance that the Cardinals could win. You know how last year they beat some really good teams. They only won four games, but they beat the Cowboys. They beat teams they shouldn't have beat. I think this feels the same way as it did when I was trying to tune into the Saints today. I felt like the Saints just had momentum. I feel the Rams, if it is, it's going to be a fluctuation of a field goal or even maybe a point. It's going to be close. If they get, I just find that they don't have staying power, the Cardinals. They always somehow find a way to lose.
They played good against the Bills last week.
Oh, and the Bills, if you go player per player, they're very average, maybe below average, and yet I think they just have a really good locker room right now. And they don't. I called Stefan Diggs last year the drama queen. I think he was so disruptive. 100%. And Josh loved Gabe Davis, but he was not consistent. Oh no, he just lost his first. How are you going? What's going on, sir?
No. It was third down, and I thought we were out of there. And then the Jets made a bonehead move and got roughing the passer. Although I feel like the play before.
I want to get a soundbite from you one day. I want to call you and get you to just say bonehead move, just like that. Yeah. And I'm going to put it on a soundbite.
That's the only way I know how to say it.
And then anytime Tony D, it kind of bothers me, I'll just put that on. Right. Bonehead move. Yeah.
That'll be perfect.
What's your thoughts on the Rams Cardinals?
I mean, I think it's a tough game. I think the Cardinals are playing better. Kyler Murray is unpredictable, even though I think he's a pretty good quarterback, but he is unpredictable. And right. And like you said, the Rams are beat up. And so it's really a toss up, but I still think I give a little edge to the Rams. I think they should be. I can't say that they are, but I think they should be a little bit better football team if they can, if they could just, stay healthy enough through the game.
Derek, Puka Nacua right now is out.
No, I actually didn't know that.
See, and I would go with the Rams if they had Puka Nacua. The other thing is, they're getting old.
Yeah.
They're getting old. They have that same syndrome. I'm not. I'm not going to say anything nice. So I'm just gonna. I love that team. I do. I love what they stand for. I think they're well coached. They're old, and old teams tend to come undone in the fourth quarter. They just do. And it's weird because there's only a few teams in the league that can survive off of a quarterback. And we know who they are. Lamar sometimes, Josh Allen, and of course, some guy named Patrick Mahomes. I think he's pretty
Yeah.
good.
He's all
Yeah.
right.
He's okay,
Yeah. The Chiefs are so annoying right now. They're like the Patriots all over again.
Oh, I know people are loving to hate them. I totally
Yeah.
agree. Okay, what's the next game? Do we go? See, it's faster with 3.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn in that game with the Cards and the Rams, but I'm gonna put my faith in my guy Stafford and Cooper Kupp, and I'm gonna go Rams over the Cards. No disrespect to the Cards, they do have a cancer in the locker room right now, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't like that kid. I think he's got a bit of an ego, and he's extremely arrogant for a guy who, in my opinion, was very mediocre in college and was overhyped. And that's being a guy who lives in Ohio, and all you hear about are the Ohio State the Ohio State Buckeyes. I watched the kid for 2 or 3 years, and just he's not his dad at the end of the day. Speaking of the Chiefs and hating the Chiefs, we got the Chiefs and the Bengals, which has become a pretty fun rivalry to watch. Whether you hate the teams or whether you love the teams, they've developed a rivalry over the last couple of years. And it seems like for the most part, the Bengals have had their number. I'm going to go ahead, and as much as I don't like to say this, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say the Bengals. I think after last week's debacle in Cincinnati, Joey B and the boys, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, they're gonna get back into rhythm. They're gonna get back into form, and I think it's going to be a good game. This is one. It's going to come down to a field goal at the end of the day. And no disrespect on Butker, but Cincinnati's got a better kicker in McPherson. The guy don't miss. The guy never misses, man. He's laser focused on those field goals. So I'm gonna go Bengals. What's your thoughts, Michael? Yeah, you're a bonehead. Hit that link and come on up there, Bill.
I believe in my core that there is only a couple of quarterbacks that can beat Patrick. And one of them is Josh Allen. I'm a big fan. I think Baker Mayfield on a good day can beat him. And most people will laugh their face off with that. And then
it's good.
No, well, you and I have the same brain tumor. And yeah. the other person that I think has his number and has had his number when he's healthy is Joe Burrow, Captain Cool. He is cool as a cucumber when he's good. He has been shaky for about a year. Something is not right. He's not telling us everything. I don't know if he's hurt his hand. If you fuck up your shoulder as much as they do, it screws up the rhythm in your arm, or it could be a knee problem. It could be a leg. The slightest thing in your mechanics when you're throwing can screw you up. There's been so much drama again with the room with wide receivers, right? Mm-hmm. And contract battles and everything else. It's Derek, you okay?
Another bonehead move.
A bonehead
move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm feeling the same way over here. Amari Cooper wide open, and he's got the damn drops all season. Wide open, easy touchdown, and he drops.
So, I think the Chiefs are going to win by a magic number, a new number that I've learned to respect through the love and honor of a guy named Derek. I think 9. 9. They're going to win by 9.
9.
9 points. 3 field goals. There we go. There's my prediction.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there's Butker.
3. They're going to win by 3 field goals. There you go.
9.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well, just because, I mean, I think the Bengals definitely have a good enough team to be able to beat the Chiefs, but it's just hard to go against the Chiefs right now.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
It is.
I mean-
it is very, very hard. I agree.
It's almost like betting against the house in gambling.
That's right.
It's not good. It almost feels fixed. They're just too lucky. You know, like
That's the way I feel about it. Every time I see Mahomes, I'm sitting there going, that guy's holding. You know, I mean, somebody's holding somewhere. Gotta be.
Yeah. He is the fastest runner on the planet with one leg.
Yep.
Yeah. I will never forget him hobbling, running full tilt. I'm just like, I don't know. He looked like a young kid stealing a bottle of liquor from the liquor store to me, you know?
Yeah. And he can throw from any angle. It's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And behind his
Yeah.
back. And
yeah.
Yeah. Some of those passes he gets off are just it's insanity.
but he's not looking. He's not looking at the target. That's the thing. We just lost Derek.
Yeah.
I think the Palladians got him, buddy. I think his makers got him.
Yeah,
So what's the next
might-
team? What's the next one, bud? I've got
next one we
10
next
minutes.
one we got 2 more games here.
We can do anything.
The Sunday night game, Texans and Bears, Houston and Chicago.
That's a great
and
game.
they
That's a great
are
game.
in Houston.
That is a great game. I really don't know. I would not bet my life on that game. That could go anyway. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be a bloodbath. It will be physical, it will be messy, there'll be fumbles, there'll be injuries. These two teams don't really like each other. They got a lot to prove. We've got a lot of young players. We've got ego. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I love Houston. I really do. I love the combination of what they got, but I really like the Bears this year. So I am stuck. I think the Bears are so stacked this year. And if anything, I think the quarterback might need a year to saute in onions to get better. He's not. I don't think he's ready. From what I saw week 1, maybe he just had the jitters. Maybe they had his number. I don't know.
Week 1, he's a rookie, and there's a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams and the Bears. So
we can't even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
We can't even imagine the shit he's going through.
Yeah. So, so who are you going, Texans or are you going Bears? You got to pick.
I don't know. I don't know. But I'll make a choice. I'm going to go Texans, but I would not be shocked if they win by 3 points on a pick 6 or something stupid. Like, they're behind and suddenly the ball pops out because someone rips it and some overweight guy brings it in.
Yeah.
Like
a bonehead move, as Derek would say, huh?
That's right. That's what Will Levis just did.
Yeah.
So Derek, what kind of music do you play? You got my curiosity here now. Is that your main gig?
That's mainly what I do. Me and my wife invest in real estate, and we've done a few flips, and now we're looking to buy and hold properties.
Are you still a spokesmodel at all? Have you been doing that still?
No, I would like to, though.
Okay.
I'd like to.
And anybody that would like to have their coffee products sold, will you do any like light nudity, maybe underwear ads or any of that stuff?
Yeah, I'll shoot you my OnlyFans to forward.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. What make room.
Yeah.
He's got the boom. That could be your fan page.
Yeah, that's right. Make room. I got the boom.
Boom from your wallet. Make room. Give me money.
That's right. Give me money.
Show me.
I've always been mainly hip hop, and then now I do country music as well. So I've kind of blended the two.
Oh, so if I want to hear your stuff, where do I find it?
Derek Wayne Douglas, my name, Derek is how I spell Derek. I
Okay.
mean, do you listen to, unless you use Apple Music? Apple Music, I think finally is starting to use my name now. They wouldn't change my name for me because I make beats like instrumentals and I
Yeah.
sell them. And Apple Music had me as Wayne Beats, and they wouldn't change. Even though I have 2 different accounts, they wouldn't use my actual name for my music. So
So here's the thing. Are you okay with me playing your music occasionally and promoting you, or are you again?
absolutely,
Okay.
Don't allow it. Don't allow
Na-
it. Don't allow it.
And then if I do that, can I say he's open for light modeling?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and I'll get the sexiest photo I can find of you on the net, unless you want to send me one.
Yeah. Oh, I got plenty of them on there.
So your middle name is Humble?
No, just Wayne, Derek Wayne Douglas. Oh yeah, my middle name's Humble. yeah. Oh, and on that football, I'm gonna go Texans.
Texans.
I
Oh
don't.
yeah, we got. Good, Derek.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I got the Texans just because I mean I saw the Bears last week. Their defense and special teams is holding it down. But CJ Stroud, he's good. Again, they're in our division. I hate to admit it, but he's a good quarterback. And I just don't see Caleb Williams making any type of big strides to just become all of a sudden some great quarterback this week. Again, could be an overreaction. It was only 1 week. He definitely is brand new to the league. But but with that in mind, I just CJ Stroud played all last year, took him to the playoffs, and so I'm just gonna go Texans.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea. I would not bet my life on that game. This is very iffy.
I'm going Texans. I called it before the season started with the moves that the Texans made, the additions to the team. But that is a scary team on paper. That is a scary good team on paper. I'm going Texans over the Bears. The Bears are rebuilding, like Bill from Another Shot podcast, a friend of ours and fellow podcaster. He said Chicago's a totally rebuilt team with too many rookies and still don't have a cohesive offensive line. I agree with that, but much like Washington, I think the Bears are making the right moves and taking the right steps to get where they got to go for the future. For the future. And last but not least, here in the picks, we got tomorrow night's Monday night football game.
Okay.
The Falcons versus the Eagles. No shade on the Falcons. I'm gonna go Philly in that one, and not that I like to say that I'm picking Philly to win a game, but man, Barkley, new team, loving life. He was miserable in New York. Now he's in Philly. We've seen him show up and show out last Sunday. Get used to seeing Barkley show up and show out all season.
He was phenomenal.
Jalen Hurts and the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles, they have an all-together team. So be prepared if you got to play the Eagles. It's going to be a long day. Pack a lunch. I'm taking Philly in that game over Atlanta. No shade on Atlanta. I don't really know what they're doing in Atlanta. I stopped paying attention to that team when they would be up by 35 points and somehow manage to lose by 21 in the fourth quarter. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are doing down there in Atlanta anymore. So, but Philly all day for me. What you think, Derek? Philly or Falcons?
I think that's a no-brainer. It's definitely Philly. Atlanta is just, they got a mess going on. And for me, Kirk Cousins ain't it. He's always been a good regular season quarterback. So, no, like you were saying, no shade. I don't care about Atlanta, but no shade on Kirk Cousins. But I mean, new team, new year, and I ain't seeing it. And I mean, the Eagles they've been great the past couple years, so I just don't see that changing.
Agreed. What's your thoughts, Mike? Final thoughts here. What you got for us?
Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. You heard that name before? Does it seem
Yeah.
familiar to you?
I
It
think-
feels
I
like
think
the
I've heard
number
it.
9 to me. I feel number
Yeah.
9 a lot. And humble. Humble
Yeah.
and 9. Music, beats, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins looked afraid. He looked timid. He looked like he was afraid that he was going to re-injure himself. They are a good squad. They're not a crappy team. I think with Michael Penix Jr. at the helm, they could do well. And they could beat some big teams. Will they do it on 1 week being thrown in? No, it wouldn't happen. But I'm telling you, Kirk's got to at least do something this week, because they're going to be knocking on the door the week after that going, look, this isn't what we've signed up for. I don't know how they can get out of it. They guaranteed him an insane amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally agree with any team that picks up someone they feel is a good fit, especially a quarterback. Worst case scenario, down the road, it doesn't work out great. You'll get something for him. You'll get something. Like, quarterbacks are so hard right now. They're searching everywhere, everywhere now. Anytime someone gets hurt, they're like thinking, how about that guy from 4 years ago? You remember him? Like, he looked good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's why Gardner Minshew's still here.
well, he was living by the beach in his mobile home, and like the Rockford Files. Did you guys ever watch that? He's a
No,
great guy.
but
He's a hippie. You know that, right? He's a
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Who was the quarterback that used to play for the Bears? Remember, he came back. He was like smoking cigarettes,
Oh,
and they brought him
that was-
like off the street.
Oh, that was what was that? That was in the man. What was his name? That was what, in the late '80s, early '90s.
Nah, it was this was like within the last 10 years.
Oh, damn! What was? His name?
I can't remember who it was, man. I can picture his face right now, but I just can't remember his name. And he was a decent quarterback, but he just never really, made it, top tier. And then I remember he made his way out of the league. And then he was like, I think he like came up on like to the podium. He was like smoking a cigarette or something, man. They found him out there smoking cigarettes. He was like,
That was
I'll be all
common,
right, man.
though. That was common 20 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
That was common. They'd have a steak and a smoke and lots of drinks, and the quarterbacks had pot bellies, and not huge, but it was a different world. If you were to take a team even from 10 years ago and have them compete with the worst teams now, they get their ass served to them.
Right.
They're so well conditioned now. They are like
It's-
just extreme athletes. And there's so many people now that are in that pool that compete for those roles. If you make it on any team, especially first tier, you are set.
Yeah.
You are set. If you're good with money, fine. If you're not good with money, you're broke. You're broke in no time, and that happens a lot. I gotta go, guys. So do you want to just beam me down?
Yeah, I can do that. Real quick before you take off.
Yeah.
Thursday night game, Jets and Patriots. Who you taking?
Oh, Jets. But guess what? The Patriots will drive you fucking crazy.
Yeah, they will.
They will drive you crazy. They have systems that slow you down. It's almost like if you're a sprinter and someone puts a shard glass in your shoe and tells you to go. They're just not, like, you can't underestimate them.
Yeah, they're your typical anybody from Boston. They're just a nuisance.
No, but they remind me of, it's like the Steelers. When you think the Steelers don't have a chance, they suddenly show you that you were wrong the whole time.
Yeah.
I think the Patriots are going to win more games than we thought. And I think they were just sick of Bill. I think Bill was becoming toxic. And he was, yeah. And sometimes you need a change.
Mhm.
Sometimes you need a change.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah. And what's the quarterback's name? Is it Drake May? Is that who it is?
They got Jacoby Brissett. This is their
May.
starter right now, and then Drake May is their backup.
If Drake May assimilates well this year, halfway. I could honestly see them being a 500 team. I really do. I don't
Yeah.
think they're that far off.
Well, last year was it last year they somehow snuck into the playoffs? What
Yeah.
they a wild card? Yeah,
Yeah.
they snuck in last year. So I mean,
And I think
it's a
there's
very
more
good
hope.
possibility. Yeah.
There's more hope this year, I think, than there was before. I had a wonderful time.
Appreciate you coming up. You're welcome back anytime.
I'm grateful to have met a future star here who is, definitely going to get all kinds of endorsements in the future. And I had a lot of fun. Cam was not as warm and as fuzzy, but that's okay. Can you beam me down? Thank you.
Yeah, I can drop.
I'm afraid of shutting.
No.
Unless you all want to go at the same time.
Sorry about that. No, yeah, I'll beam you down, and then Derek and I will make our final picks, and I'll close out the show and everything.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Mike.
Thank you, Derek. Good luck with everything.
Yeah, thank you. You as well.
And I see wings in your future. I do.
Me too. 9 of them.
9 of them. See you later, Mike. God, I don't. Yeah, I think I can. They make that so violent. Kick from studio.
I know, right?
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah, like.
Damn.
Get out of
we
here.
just can't stop them right now.
Yeah, Jets,
I'm gonna go
Jets
with
in New England.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots. I think the Jets definitely got it. Like, they can make it happen. I'm watching them play right now. They're kind of dinking and dunking down the field on us, and we have a pretty good defense. But just something tells me that the Patriots are going to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I mean, I think, Patriots always have a solid defense. And I think they're really going to give Aaron Rodgers a lot of hell.
Absolutely. To kind of piggyback on what Mike said, the Patriots are one of those teams that, unfortunately, in the last couple few years, you never know what Pat's team you're going to get, and they are very much a nuisance team that'll hang, and you cannot let them hang around in the game, because if you let them hang around, they're going to find a way to win.
That's right.
And I'm just. It's week 2. I'm just not buying into the Jets hype yet, so I'm going Pats on that one as well. For the Thursday night game, before we do our thing and move on down the road, we'll do another real quick. Let me get off of week 3 here. Let me go back to week 2. Another real quick score update. The Saints currently in the red zone, up 21-13 on the Dallas Cowboys. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up 13-6 over Detroit. Green Bay is still up 10-0 over Indianapolis. They're at the 2-minute warning before the half. Tennessee over the Jets by 7. They're basically at the 2-minute warning as well. Minnesota showing up in this first half so far, 10-0. Justin Jefferson balling out. He's got 3 receptions for like 120 yards and a touchdown already.
That's good. I got him on one of my fantasy teams.
Yeah, so do I. That's the only reason I know his stats, because I got him in one of my leagues. Speaking of New England, currently Seattle leads them 14-13. New York and Washington, the Giants of New York, are up. It's 6-6. It's tied. The Chargers, as we expected, are all over Carolina. It's 13-0. Baltimore and Vegas are at 6-3. Baltimore is leading that game, and Cleveland is leading Jacksonville 10-7. Should it be 17 or 14-3? But Amari Cooper likes to drop the ball. Scoring update: New Orleans just scored. It is now 28-13 over Dallas. So,
all right, I'm still going Dallas.
Yeah, don't lose faith yet. There's still a whole nother half to play. There's still more football to be played. Derek, I appreciate you coming up, man. This was fun. It was,
man. Same.
We had a good time when you came on Click's House of Music. We had a good time. I'm glad we're getting to do something together again. I'm looking forward to Sundays and making our
Yeah.
picks. And I write down all of our picks. I've got my little notepad, and I'll keep like a running tally throughout the season, and we'll see who does the best. We'll have a winner every week, hopefully. Last week was a tie between Cam and I. We both went 10-5. Not bad picking overall.
No, not at all.
So we'll keep it running tally on that, and good luck to your Titans. Hopefully they can do their thing and smack around the Jets today.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm about to go put it on the big screen.
Yep, that's why I decided. I was like, I'm going to sit out here because even though I only want to do an hour show, if we go over, I'm not going to be mad. But I want to be in front of the big TV so I can watch the game on the big TV. But now, man, everybody that watched and joined in, appreciate y'all. Check out the rest of the network, the Nonsensical Network. We are everywhere. We have shows 7 days a week. We run Mondays is Men Caring for Men. That's hosted by me and Connor. It is an open panel as well. We drop the link, and it's an open invitation for any men that want to come up and either join into the conversation, or if you got some stuff on your mind, some shit's weighing heavy on you, feel free to come in and talk with Connor and I. We're not experts by no means, but we know a little bit when it comes to dealing with mental health issues. Tuesday nights is Glick's House of Music. That's hosted by myself. And I usually have up-and-coming musicians and artists, much like Derek Wayne, who come in and hang out with me. We chit-chat. We get to know them a little bit better. We play I play some of their music and whatnot. This Tuesday night, I have AJG, a rap artist out of the 305, coming in to hang out with me. Looking forward to that. And that should be a good time. Wednesday nights is What the Fuck News. If it's in the news and it makes us say what the fuck, we're going to talk about it. Thursdays is every other Thursday is Cash's Corner. That's hosted by my son and myself, and it's a wrestling talk show. We'll talk a little wrestling. He's a big wrestling fan, and it's something that him and I both enjoy watching wrestling together. And we're sitting on the couch talking about it. Why not do it online and talk wrestling with everybody else? Fridays is Whose Argument Is It Anyways, hosted by our boy Blaze. I don't really know what they're doing or what's going on with his show right now. He's still trying to figure it out, but nonetheless, tune in and hang out. Blaze is awesome. Saturdays is Nonsensical Nonsense, Unhinged, Unapologetic. The lunatics take over the asylum, and we drop the link in the chat. We call it the Open Door Challenge. Anybody and everybody's welcome to come hang out with us. And then Sundays, we round up the week with Unnecessary Roughness with Derek and myself and Cam when he can make it. We'll be talking football, making picks. And also on Sundays, if it happens, is Jeff's Garage. They're talking cars. If it fits in the garage and it's got a motor, they're going to talk about it. That's all the shows. You can find us at bio.link/nonsensical network. We got all of our links there. Give us a follow, give us a like, and give us a share. We also got merch up there for anybody that's interested. We'll be working on more ideas and more designs and stuff as we go. Damn. Okay, I see you, Deontay. Ford just breaking off a big run for Cleveland out of nowhere. But go check out Derek at Derek Wayne Douglas on all the social medias. I promise you're going to love his music. We play it all the time here on the network. He's one of the fan favorites out there. People enjoy your music. I enjoy when he gets new music put up there so I can share it. And check out all the artists that we play, man. There's a bunch of really good artists that we play on the show, and it's truly an honor and a privilege that I'm fortunate enough to get to hang out with guys guys and girls like yourself, Derek. Appreciate it. Anything else you want to add, or anything you want to throw in there before we get out of here?
I was just only one thing. On the Unnecessary Roughness, I was going to say, and also if anybody wants to call, check in on the chat to see about start and sit players for fantasy football, let us know, because I stay with the computer pulled up, man. I have an account on Fantasy Pros, and so I'll pull it up. I love giving people advice, suggestions, stuff like that as well. So if we can find time for that too, we'll do that too as well.
shit. I mean, if you don't mind rolling into the games, we can go a little bit longer and we can hit on fantasy as well as our picks. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we could probably do something next week. Right now, I'm finna go eat. Next week, I'll make sure I got some food.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna eat. But yeah, next week we could throw in some fantasy stuff. I mean, obviously, excuse me. I've got mine pulled up on my phone too. I'm tracking stuff and watching stuff. But yeah, we could throw in sits, start them in sits as well. I like that idea.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So,
But that's all. That's it. That's all I got. I appreciate you having me on, man, and I look forward to doing this every Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I was excited when you mentioned about coming up because I was like, I got to find me a reliable co-host that could be here. Nothing against Cam. He's just hit or miss whether he's got to work or not, you know?
Right.
And you mentioned that and whatnot. I was like, hell yeah, that'll be freaking awesome. Get to hang out with Derek every Sunday, talk a little football, you know, all that stuff. I'm in. Let's do this stuff. So everybody listening, appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Don't be shy in the chatters box. It's always open. This show is also an open panel, open forum. If you want to come up and hang out and talk a little football and make some picks, you're more than welcome to. We can start a chatters box list as well with the picks. But until next Sunday, man, enjoy the games. Hopefully your teams win. Hopefully they don't make what is it you were saying, Derek?
Any bonehead moves. That's right.
Out, Bill. Have a good one, Bill. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next Sunday. Tune in to tomorrow night from In Camp for Men. And yeah, we'll get the hell out of here and go watch some football and eat some food.